So if you don't want to get all dressed up and go out to a crowded restaurant on Valentine's Day, how about a nice cozy evening, curling up with your loved one, and some fondue?
Sounds perfect to me. Cooking instructor Heide Lange is here to share a couple of delicious recipes. Warm up your special Valentine's Day night. Heidi, hi.
How are you?
We're so excited you're here because A, we love cheese and chocolate fondue.
This is your day, guys.
So this
really
is
your
perfect.
day. And not only is it cheese and chocolate so wonderful, but these are not hard. Valentine's Day should be a day where you're spending time together, not slaving away at making a souffle in the kitchen, even though that would be a lot of fun. So I came up with two very, very easy fondues for us.
Okay.
And this is also great for a winter party.
Sure.
As you can see, there are a lot of skewers, so you can always buy extra skewers if you have a big party, and people love it. In my cooking classes, I often include a fondue, even though it seems very dated.
It's great.
There's
It doesn't go out of style,
It doesn't
right?
go out of style, you know.
And it's communal.
And it is. It really is.
Right?
Everybody gathers around. You can't text while you're
holding
making
a fondue, right?
Exactly. So why don't we get started?
Sure.
The first is this will be the dinner fondue. We have shallots here, and I've minced them very, very small. Now shallots are just a sweeter version of red onions, and more and more I've replaced a lot of recipes shallots as opposed to red onions. So I really recommend it, even outside of making fondue. So you can see we've browned this a bit. And then the fun part comes up. We're going to just make this a little bit higher.
Okay.
And we're going to add, in fact, Brandon, would you like to do that?
Sure. How much?
A cup
really
and a half.
good in the kitchen. Oh, he's pouring champagne. Actually, he
pouring
is good at that.
This I can do.
And we're
I don't
going to
usually
do,
measure.
well, we're going to do a cup, and then we're going to, and then do a half a cup more, okay?
I'm going to eyeball this.
Exactly. We're going to eyeball this, because if you add a little too much champagne, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Because
I just cooked more than Teresa has in our entire marriage so far.
well, I don't know.
not true.
I've cooked with Teresa more
Thank
than
you,
that.
Heidi.
Right?
And it's not my fault you didn't turn the crock pot on today, so you're not going to have dinner. That's not my fault. I laid everything out.
Get a crock pot for your
Valentine's Day
wedding?
dinner in the
Yes.
crock pot.
Excellent, excellent. So we were just going to let this heat up a little bit. I'm just going to turn this up a bit. And once this starts to simmer a little bit, we won't wait for that. But at home, you would just wait for this to simmer a bit, okay? I'm going to tell you now, we're going to add 3 different cheeses.
Ooh, I see brie in there.
There's brie, exactly. There's chunks of brie. And if you're using brie, make sure you take off the skin.
Okay.
Because the skin is a little bit hard. It's harder for it to melt, okay? You want about 3 ounces of the brie. And then we have Gruyere, which is a very strong kind of Swiss cheese. And we have Emmental, which is a milder Swiss cheese. Now, if you just have Gruyere and you don't want to go by 2, don't. That's
okay.
totally fine. Just combine them. This is about a little more than a cup, and this is 2 cups. So 3.5-ish or 3.25 cups or so will do the trick, along with about a half a cup of brie.
And it's in a heart bowl, Holly.
It is.
It's so
Valentine's Day
Heidi,
theme.
it's awesome.
So there you go. All
right, we're sizzling.
And these are such easy things to buy these days in dollar stores. It makes it's so much more fun to make the kitchen a festive place. So we're going to let this melt. Okay.
You want me to stir that?
You want to stir
burn the
this?
cheese?
You can burn the cheese, and that's why we added the champagne first.
Okay.
By adding the champagne, we're burning off some of the alcohol. So we'll just get the nice essence of champagne.
So better to keep stirring it, or should I just leave it?
We can leave it for now. I put this on high, and once it starts melting, it still might be a little bit soupy. If you want to just put that over here, if you can. Yeah, it may be a little bit soupy. Then we're going to add a little cornstarch. Cornstarch is sort of a magical thickener.
Okay.
Okay, and you're just going to add 1 teaspoon or so of cornstarch, of water to 4 teaspoons of cornstarch.
Okay.
So we're going to let this melt, and Brandon, I'm sure you're going to be very good at monitoring this.
I got it.
I see you're the cook in the family.
I'll handle this. You guys go talk about dessert.
You hold the fort, okay?
I got dinner.
In the
you get dessert.
meantime, we'll get dessert going.
All right.
All right, we have about 2 minutes, Heidi.
Already started melting the chocolate. Now the key here is that when you're melting chocolate, you don't want it to let it burn. If you're really worried about not watching it carefully, put it in a double boiler, okay? So this is almost melted, and then we're going to be adding some light cream to this. Now you can also use heavy cream, but then it's going to be a very thick fondue.
Okay.
And we already have a very, very lovely thick fondue here. So we want it to be a little bit lighter. Don't worry, it'll still be very rich and tasty. And we're going to, just for fun, we're going to add some amaretto.
Okay.
You can add a pear liqueur, a cognac, a port, anything you want. So we're going to add 3 tablespoons of amaretto.
Okay.
And we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And that in itself will give a lot of flavor to this.
Oh, I already smell it.
Yeah. And then we're going to add just a little bit of vanilla.
Okay.
And we're going to let this melt. And really and truly, that is it.
Oh, that's
so how long did
fantastic.
that take us to do?
Not long at all.
4 minutes.
It's 4 minutes.
I was
4
telling you.
minutes.
It was.
So you can be sitting in front of the fire in no time at all if you've got a fireplace with 2 of these fondues.
Oh, how romantic.
Yeah,
I
and,
love that.
and then you just get a nice crusty bread, put some of the bread in the oven a minute or 2 before, so a little of the moisture from the bread is gone so that it absorbs more of the cheese. And I put out some shortbread and some meringues for the chocolate and apples and strawberries. Use your imagination.
That's great.
In what you want to dip. You can use the apples to dip in the chocolate as well
love that.
as the cheese. And then, of course, you still have 3/4 of a bottle of champagne.
And single people could do like a speed dating party. Invite a bunch of people over.
You know
You
what?
can all have a
That's
little
that's a
fondue.
really good
That's
idea.
great.
I'm amazed when I teach a Valentine's class how many single people actually come. Probably for that reason.
Well, there you go.
Good.
So
You
there
need a
you go.
go-to dish, right?
Exactly.
Heidi, thank you so much
Oh,
for
my
being here. We're going to
pleasure.
taste this at the end of the show.
My
This
pleasure.
is fun. We'll see you tonight at our house. Thanks so much. And
I'll make sure I get the